How is everybody doing? Welcome to my Thursday my weekly mindset show. And yeah, what a gorgeous sunny day it is. Please, if you are here live, drop in with a hey and tell me where you're coming from today, because it's such a gorgeous sunny day in the UK. And I have got an absolute treat for you today. My treat today is the number one habit of a millionaire that they use every single day, and you do not want to miss this one. It's absolutely key. It's so simple, yet it's so easy for you to actually put in place. So, like I said, drop me a hey if you are here live, and if you're catching up on replay, please just put me a hashtag replay in too, and I can catch up with you later. And please do join in with everything today. I've got a bit of something in my mouth there. Okay, so we've got a little bit of an NLP theme to it as well today. So if you've been following me, that you will know that I am an NLP trainer, and so my money mindset and motivation mindset work that I actually do is kind of got a scientific base to it too, as well as an art. You know, NLP, that's a great thing about NLP, is it's a scientifically based one as well as being an art too. So we're going to delve into the science behind the mindset today. So I am going to give you the insider knowledge to this number one habit that millionaires have, billionaires have, and all successful people have. So, it's like I said, it's so ridiculously simple when you know how. So first of all, let me explain the science behind something called the reticular activating system, your RAS for short. It's a network of neurons all up in here, and what the job of this RAS system is, it's a filter, and it's a system that sort of allows certain information into your brain, and then it blocks out other information. Now guess who's programmed that filter? You did, and so did the people from your past. So this is one of your main internal filters. It selects what will be noticed by you, and what is going to be given attention by your conscious mind. So without our RAS system, our brain would be totally overwhelmed with data, because the RAS notice what it believes is important. It prioritizes everything that concerns our survival and our safety, as well as all the things that match the content of our minds, our beliefs, our thoughts, and our emotions, etc. Please do let me know if any of this is going to resonate with you. And so if you constantly feel like you're not good enough or unlovable, then guess what your reticular activating system is going through the day. And it's this is going to be pointing out every single piece of evidence that confirms that negative belief that you have. So if you think that people don't like you at work, the RAS system again, hey Karen, nice to see you. This RAS system, the filter, it's literally going to be looking for the evidence to confirm that belief all day long. That's why, there's something called a confirmation bias. So this confirmation bias means that your mind loves to read things that you agree with, because kind of reading things that you agree with confirms your filter. So, like I said, there's a really important reason why you kind of have this system. The reason why your brain lets in everything that you've kind of ever looked at a Facebook page, for instance. Did you notice how many words are on a standard Facebook page? And the ad over here and the ad over here, and we literally get bombarded, don't we, with all this stuff. We get bombarded with it. Now your head would literally explode right off your shoulders if, and kind of go into meltdown, if this reticular activating system wasn't kind of working, because it is protecting your brain. It's protecting it by filtering. Hey Roshni, nice to see you. So it's, it only then letting stuff that it agrees with. So that's the kind of the scientific stuff behind it. But, now we're going to get on to the real stuff, about that's the science behind it. So now you've got to actually get busy now on reprogramming your mind for you. So it actually starts now using this reticular activating system, with what you actually want, with what you actually want to get. So we're going to talk about how to use visualization. Visualization in order to start to reprogram your reticular activating system. Sounds a bit of a mouthful, doesn't it? Sounds a bit of a mouthful, but it's all absolutely straightforward and simple. So what this actually does, when we reprogram the brain, your brain then starts to spot opportunity. Your brain starts to spot the evidence that things are kind of working for you. Your brain starts to spot coincidences so that you can build that momentum up. And it begins with visualization. Successful people use visualization techniques to make their dreams into reality. It's simply a technique for creating a mental image of that future event, what's coming up. So when we visualize our desired outcome, we begin to see the possibility of achieving it. And it's, like I said, this is all backed up by science. This isn't just me coming up with this. This is all backed up by science. Hey, Margaret, nice to see you. So it's been known for a really long time that the mind cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, what's fact and what's fiction. So for all it cares, your entire reality is just one made up figment of your imagination. So when you imagine something vividly, i.e. you visualize it, you are actually training your brain. You're training your brain to change its biochemistry and record whatever you are visualizing as an actual memory. This means that when you imagine something vividly and with emotion, that's a key bit, and we'll come on to that in a moment, with emotion, your brain chemistry changes as though the experience was real, and your mind records it as a real memory. So when we visualize an act, the brain generates an impulse that tells our neurons to perform that movement. This creates those new neural pathways, clusters of cells in our brain that really work together to create those memories, to create those learned behaviours. Something that we keep doing over and over becomes a learned behaviour. So it primes our body to act in a way consistent to what we've imagined. All of this occurs without performing the physical activity, yet it gets a similar result. That is the key there. So I told you there would be some science backed up with it today. And that's the great thing about NLP. It gives you the evidence to back up the mindset. It's not just words, it's giving you the science behind those mindset shifts, those mindset, the fundamental mindset changes. Because there is this growing body of research which shows that when you do actually visualize, say improving your health, for instance, the body moves towards health. And, same for your life goals. When you imagine living your dream, your brain processes it as if it's happening right now. So, in fact, to your brain, it's a memory. It's just another memory. So, there's two things that you actually have to do when it comes to visualization. You first of all, sounds weird, doesn't it? But you first of all have to close your eyes. Sounds stupid, I know, but I want you to be closing your eyes when you do this. I want you to then imagine exactly what you want in your mind with a specific picture. You're going to make the scene as real as you can do. You're really going to kind of use all your five senses. really make them very, very strong for you. You know, what's it going to look like in your life when your self-worth, for instance, is improved? You know, you really are going to see yourself, literally see yourself doing the things you want to do. You know, if it's about at work, speaking up at work, that's what you're going to see. If you're talking about your business, you're going to see yourself having kind of, you know, getting further on in business, or you're going to see yourself having great relationships. The more vividly that you can imagine the scene, the better it will be recorded in your mind as a memory. You know, so I want you to use all your senses. Use them all. The better this is going to record it. So what will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel? Even the smells and the tastes, just to make it that bit more compelling. So Roshni, I think the problem with me is that in my head, I feel it won't come. I'm sure other people go through that too. You're absolutely right. But we've got to let go of the how here. This is about actually, if you know, and I talk about this in a lot of my other videos, because obviously the work that I really work on is allowing people to get rid of the limiting beliefs that they do actually have. And this is about letting go of the how. It's almost like tricking the brain. You get what you focus on. So if you are, you know, you're focusing on things that you know, I mean, well, why would you write down something that you don't want to come true? That's the thing as well. You know, when you're visualizing, why would you allow something to come into your brain that you don't want to come through? So we kind of got to trick it a little bit. And I know that a lot of the stuff, it comes from your beliefs, because you kind of, say if you've got a vision board, for instance, the first thing you start doing is doubting that you're ever going to be able to get that. But I want you to actually start, this is about retraining your brain. This is about, if that's how you've done it before, because you're actually thinking it's not going to happen and you keep on repeating that, then you're going to bring more of that to you. So you've got to do something different. You know, if you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. It's one of my favourite sayings. So we've got to do something different. You've got to start taking on the habits of somebody that does achieve that. So you've got to, you know, you've got to trick your mind. So you're going to set yourself these, you know, you're going to visualize it. You're going to be setting yourself these clear boundaries. You're going to be, you know, for instance, you're going to see yourself in your mind going to the gym. You're going to see yourself taking care of yourself, or, you know, imagining everything that you want to consciously think of, the positive, you know, everything you want to consciously have, you've got to think of them first. Yes, like focus on lack and you get lack. Yeah, absolutely that. And this is all about, you know, you've got to remember actually that we've, you know, these pathways that we've kind of got in our brain at the moment, these habits that have been programmed into us, we've probably had for a really long time. So we've got to retrain, you know, we've got to retrain the brain. And I'll come on to another key step in a moment for you. So you're going to keep doing this because you are literally marrying up the specific vision that you've created. You're training your brain to get this totally different filter. And the feeling bit is really, really important. It really is. You know, this is almost the most important part. You know, it's the most important part of the habit, because you've got to always incorporate strong, positive emotions. This is the key. Without a strong emotion, the event visualized won't seem real enough for it to be recorded as a memory. The same with money. You know, I have this all the time with, you know, with the people I work with about money. You know, if money is your goal, because it's not the actual money. It's not the actual money that's going to make you happy. It's the feeling that having that money is going to allow you to do. So all of this is the biggest trick that you can actually have for turning what you want into your reality. You're going to trick your brain. You're going to trick your brain, you know, because fear and anxiety, they come from a negative place. And that's a negative anticipation of your future event, of something unknown. So you've got to be able to vividly imagine and visualize that future situation, right down to the minutest of details, exactly what you want. So it almost becomes like your brain thinks it's something it's already experienced. And then you're going to actually reduce these anxiety feelings anyway. You'll start getting really confident in your ability to go through that situation already in your mind. And you know, it's proven that actually simply visualizing, oh, I'm so glad it's helpful for you, Roshni. I'm so glad. It's proven that this simply visualizing, it trains your brain into actually developing the actual skill, you know, to do that. So this is why it's all, you know, it's so incredibly important. And what I want you to actually do, I want you to now go through this technique every single day. Every single day now, throughout the next 30 days, you are going to spend just 30 seconds, a minute, literally a couple of minutes at the most, you know, going through your dreams, visualizing them specifically. You know, don't you think your dreams deserve that? You know, don't you deserve this? That, you know, you can spend that. If this is what you want, these are the habits that these people have that get what they want. They do all of this. So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize what it's going to look like in your life when you've achieved everything that you want to do. You know, when you've got the money in the bank that you want. You know, when you are going on that fantastic holiday, you know, that you've been able to take your children on, for instance. You know, when you've been able to buy the house that you really wanted and live in the fantastic place that you want to live. So all of that, you know, if it's about your business, about your personal life, do really start reprogramming your mind to focus on what you want to happen and visualize it, imagining it taking place. And I want you to be repeating this often. So to start off with, it's literally just 30 seconds to a minute or so every single day for 30 days. Keep on doing that. You know, regular visualization, it really helps you focus your mind on what you want. You know, because one of the, you know, let's just admit this, you know, one of the main problems that many people face with their goals or their dreams or their objectives or vision is that they start to lose focus. They become distracted by everything else that's going on. So, you know, we all know life gets in the way, doesn't it? So make this time, because when you visualize on a regular basis, then, you know, this is when just, you know, even if it's like that minute amount of time every single day, this is what's going to focus your mind. Focus your mind. It will train your mind to focus on the exact thing in the right direction that you're going to, despite everything else that's going on, because, you know, life's still going to happen, isn't it? So this is your time to enter into your world each and every single day. And then you see what's going to happen is as you start being focused on that, suddenly you open yourself up to these other opportunities and possibilities. They start flooding your way. You know, if it's a health goal, for instance, you suddenly might see insights into improving your health coming up, for instance, or, you know, again, for your business, opportunities to start collaborating may come up. You know, so this is what, it's opening that gateway. This is what we call the RAS system. It's the gateway to your mind, to the gateway to your opportunities. Because basically then your RAS system is going to constantly look for all the data in your environment that is going to match and reinforce your thought and all your belief systems. It's going to reinforce it. You know, and so for instance, if you're looking, you want to buy a new car, just test this out now. All of a sudden, you will suddenly start noticing, you know, the car you've thought about. I know that when we bought our new car, you know, sort of 18 months ago, 2 years ago, suddenly when I got a picture in my mind of the car I wanted, I started seeing them everywhere. I hadn't seen them on the road before, but they were always there. The car was always there. It's just it wasn't in my awareness at that point, you know, until I started visualizing it. And that's what happens. Your RAS system will then start noticing opportunities to support you in getting what you want to happen. So we've got to program it in the first place by, you know, visualizing your goals that you actually want to start off with. Because, you know, that's the thing, you know, visualization, it does happen. Yeah, it's true. It actually happens. It really does. So try it out, you know, because all of this stuff, it works in alignment with the law of attraction and gathers energy. You know, it makes dreams happen for you. Energy goes where your focus goes. So the more you get specific about what you want, then the more you can visualize it happening, and the more universal energies will actually align to give you what you want. So, right, I hope that you've enjoyed today's session. I know I've given you a bit of the science behind the reasons why and the hows and things like that today. And if you really like to know a lot more about how the mind actually works, so rather than, you know, literally the reasons why and how it does it and how you can then use it to improve your life and get more of what you want, then I'm actually doing an introduction to NLP skills diploma that is going to be running for 5 days on the 2nd of November. And this is basically going to be where I will be going in live every single day in the morning. Oh, you're so welcome, Karen. I'm glad that you found it helpful and inspiring for you. So this week, you're going to get a diploma at the end of it. So you will actually come out with a certificate. There will be a small task to do, and then there will be a training video for about 20 minutes to half an hour each day. And then I will be going live. So you've got all day to kind of work on that. And then I'll be going live later, you know, about 4:30 on the UK time on the afternoon. And so that you can then ask me any questions that you want to do to actually, if there's a specific area that you want to use NLP for, you can literally pick my brains. And this fabulous course, so it's your, you know, it's an internet NLP diploma. You'll come out with a certificate at the end of it, and it's all for just £35. Just £35. Totally amazing. And actually, if you are a member of my Boss Babe Facebook group, then you can get an extra £10 off too. So it literally is going to be, yeah, it's 25 quid. £25 to have the skills to know how you can use NLP in both your personal and professional life. And actually, if you have ever fancied being a coach yourself, or you know, and you want kind of a taster about how you know, before committing to, say, one of my full NLP practitioner courses, then it's a great introduction. And the other thing is, if you're a coach already, NLP gives you practical tools, you know, the action-based skills. So if you're actually with some, you know, you're actually coaching someone, you've got a toolkit of tools that will actually give them very quick, long-lasting change. So rather than just asking coaching questions and kind of getting them to come up with the answers, you will actually have practical tools too. So if you just have a think of that, if you want to come on literally, it's 5 days of me, you can pick my brains as much as you like. You'll boost your confidence, you'll boost your self-belief, you will be able to create compelling goals, to getting the life that you want, you know, knowing the secret to be able to communicate with just about anyone and change any of your unhelpful habits, you know, the language that you use, basically just about getting your best life, then I will put the link in the comments. Please come along. It's going to be a fantastic week. You know, like I said, 2nd of November, and it's just £35. So do let me know. That is it for me for today. Do let me know what your biggest takeaways are. I always love reading what what the biggest takeaway is that you've got from the live today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you again next week. Fabulous. See you later. Thank you so much. I will message you, Karen. Is this something that can be replayed for people who have to work? Absolutely, Roshni. Yeah, so what it will be is that it will go into a Facebook group, and there will be a video. There'll be a fabulous workbook as well that you can work alongside. So the video and the training will be released first thing in the morning. You've got all day to complete them. All of these, the trainings and the lives will all be recorded into the group, into the Facebook group, so that you can go back to it when it's more of a convenient time for you. So absolutely, you can actually catch it up on there. So if you'd like to drop me a direct message, Roshni, I can help you out with that. Absolutely. So yeah, I certainly don't want you to miss out because you're at work. You can absolutely catch up on it. So yeah, please just drop me a note and we can take it from there. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody, and I'll speak to you again next week. See you soon. Bye.